Ain't about your bread and I can't fuck with ya. I thought you was 100, but you showed me 50. You said you was gonna ride, huh? And the coupe that's parked outside, that bitch looks so expensive. I bet it cut your eye, huh?
Hey man, this is the story of YBN and Nahmir with YBN Fallout switched from GD to a Crip. What's happening to this, bro? No cap.
A few years ago, YBN Nahmir was one of the hottest up-and-coming rappers in the game. He first went viral with the track Rubbing Off the Paint and was part of a successful collective with his homies, YBN Corday and Almighty J. But now the YBN group is finished and Nahmir is struggling to keep a fan base. To make matters worse, he's now being accused of switching from GD to Crip. Here's what's going down. Unlike most rappers, YBN Nahmir ain't come up hustling in the streets. He started out as a young kid who played a lot of GTA and freestyle for his friends online. And music wasn't something he took seriously. But all that changed after he linked up with Almighty J. Almighty J was just another dude who joined the Xbox Live party Nahmir was in. They ain't even get along at first. And Nahmir later said that the first real rap he ever recorded was a diss track against Jay. Jay sent his own diss track at Nahmir within a day, and from then on, they had mutual respect for each other and eventually became close friends. This eventually led to Nahmir and Jay forming the Young Boss Nigga Collective, or YBN, with a bunch of their homies in 2014. At the time, there was a lot of people repping YBN, but Nahmir, Jay, and Corday became the faces and stars of the group. But even after YBN was formed, none of them was really focused on music. In 2015, Nahmir and Jay released their first official track, Hood Mentality, but it barely got any views. They kept releasing music on YouTube and SoundCloud for the next couple of years, but nothing that really popped off like that. So it sounded like music was just a hobby for them. But then in 2017, their lives changed overnight. Nahmir dropped the track Rubbing Off the Paint in September 2017, and when he woke up the next day, it had over 50,000 views. And one night, it became his hottest track by far. Then a couple days later, World Star Hip Hop posted a music video on their YouTube channel and took it to a whole new level. As of today, Rubbing Off the Paint has over 200 million views on YouTube. With this one song, Nahmir put himself and YBN on the map. He got so popular so fast that he had to drop out of high school and start taking online classes. Overnight, the YBN crew went from a bunch of kids playing video games together to an actual hip-hop collective with a Billboard charting song. In May 2018, Nahmir, Almighty J, and Corday all performed together for the first time at Rollin' Loud. That same year, Nahmir was listed on XXL's freshman class, and the three of them performed again at the freshman show in New York. Nahmir was the first one to pop off, but Corday started making big moves of his own. Juice WRLD brought him on his North American World Domination Tour, then the YBN crew announced a month-long European tour right after. Nahmir, Almighty J, and Corday was taking over the game. Out of nowhere, these three dudes who met on Xbox Live was performing shows all over the world.
Nah, that's crazy.
But that kind of overnight success rarely lasts forever, and the good times ain't last for long. In 2019, Corday took his career to the next level. He was named on the 2019 XXL freshman class, then earned a Grammy nomination for his solo album, The Lost Boy. Nahmir was still dropping music, but nothing that came close to his earlier hits. Corday, Nahmir, and Jay released their YBN mixtape a year earlier. But out of the three of them, Corday was the only one who was still building momentum in the industry. Then in 2020, things really fell apart for the group. Corday and Almighty J both decided to drop YBN from their names, and in August 2020, Nahmir tweeted, "They left this YBN shit in the gutter. Remember that. I'll turn it up myself." Nahmir was obviously hurt about how everything went down, but Corday said in an interview with Tidal that it was all still love.
Nahmir and Jay, like, those always gonna be my brothers, you know what I'm saying, in real life. Like, those are my brothers. Like, I think the world of them cats, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, sometimes as friends, you grow apart and you have, like, different visions for what you want to do, and that's okay. Because it's no love lost. Like I said, I think the world of them, you know what I'm saying? I love Nahmir and Jay to death.
Nahmir took the breakup of YBN pretty hard. In November 2020, he tweeted, "After my album, I really just want to be done. Tired of fake teams, weak-ass conflict of interest, everything. I'm gonna give y'all the best music ever, then I'm gone." Later, he said he was just playing, but everyone knew that was cap. Around the same time, Nahmir was getting trolled by fans on Twitter for posting ads on Instagram. Nahmir was pushing some kind of wealth building course, and fans said he was really struggling. Nahmir responded by claiming he gets paid $5K per post and said, "Who wouldn't make a simple Instagram post for $5,000? I guess I'm broke, guys. Stay blessed, child." Nahmir was having a hard time in 2020, but when 2021 came around, it seemed like everything was cool again. He was hyping up the release of his debut album and was spreading good vibes about Corday and Almighty J in interviews. Then, in February 2021, he went on No Jumper and explained how the breakup wasn't because there was issues in the group, but people from outside was taking advantage of him. During that interview, Nahmir made it clear that he still had love for Jay and Corday.
It feels so good just to know they winning at the end of the day. Like, know they providing for their family, know they doing the right things, keeping their head out of the bullshit.
Around the same time, Almighty Jay called out their manager for taking advantage of him. He posted on Instagram, "This James McMillan is a fraud. He signed to janky deals and f him over. Nobody know nothing about the shit we go through on a daily basis being signed to this because we covered for this ass. I'm done with this shit." Then he said, trademarking the YBN name behind back. Assigned me a lawyer he used to be engaged to without telling me. Shaking my head, took advantages from kids, bro. Corday later backed up the claims that someone on the outside was responsible for him dropping YBN from his name. He told Genius that since none of them own the YBN trademark, he can't be talking to kids about ownership and all it is when we pushing this brand that we don't even own. He also said that he called Nahmir up before making the decision. It ain't nothing against Nahmir and Jay. Before I came to the conclusion that I was gonna drop the 3 letters, I called Nahmir and I asked for his blessing. Even though Corday and Jay wasn't repping YBN no more, it seemed like everything was cool between them and Nahmir. But after Nahmir dropped his debut album in March 2021, everything went downhill fast. In a couple of months, he went from showing love to Almighty Jay in interviews to wanting to get in the ring with him and box. When Nahmir first popped off with Rubbing Off the Paint, a lot of fans thought he had potential to be a star. But just 3 years later, his first album only sold 4,000 copies in his first week. Bad sales are one thing, but Nahmir got dragged for the quality too. 6 months after its release, the track Soul Train had 405,000 dislikes on YouTube, which is 55,000 likes. Then a couple months later, Nahmir and Jay started taking shots at each other on social media. According to Jay, he and Nahmir was beefing for 2 years over some money. Jay posted a video explaining the situation.
An incident ended up like occurring, like with some I used to be cool with. They end up doing something, and Nahmir ended up like getting caught up in it somehow, like what they end up doing. Mind you, I ain't cool with the no more that the incident had happened. I end up paying 30,000. And Nahmir ended up paying 10. A couple months go by after the incident, or a month or so go by.
Hey, bro, this shit crazy. Okay, I didn't know all this. Like, I didn't know all this, bro. This shit crazy as hell. Like, they was all some gamers, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. Hey, I love y'all. God bless y'all. And yo, hey, I'm finna see y'all in the next video, man. Okay.
Lean up in my kid, hop in a coupe and hop in a grip. I got your bitch, you riding past the ground. Ain't about your bread and I can